plaintiff, Andy Stainbrook, says the defendant is his nephew, and he needs a wake-up call because after he got $100,000 from his Native American tribe, he spent it partying instead of going to college. He's suing his nephew for unpaid rent. Defendant John Yellow Thunder admits that he didn't go to college after receiving the $100,000, but he regrets blowing through the money, making poor decisions. John says he stopped paying Andy rent because he refused to repair the property.
Tell me what's going on.
John needs a wake-up call. Okay, he needs to start taking responsibility for his actions in his life. John's always been a good kid. Okay, when he was in school, he talked about going on to college. When he graduated from high school, he got over $100,000 from the Indian tribe. And instead of using that for his education, Winnebago.
What state?
Wisconsin. So instead of using that to further his education, he used it to drink, party, and give the money to his friends. We have another family member that did the same thing. This family member had a house, and because of the partying and drinking, ended in jail and had dogs in there, and the house was condemned. So I got the city to give me the house back as long as I fixed it up.
When?
2 years ago. And while I was fixing it up, John told his mom, who was my sister, that he wanted to rent it out from me.
You still needed a lot of repairs?
Yes, sir. I stuck a lot of time and money into fixing it up.
Well, what was wrong when he moved in?
Nothing was wrong with the house when he moved in.
Let me hear from you before we get into the specifics of the rent he's suing you about.
First off, I love the show.
Thank you.
This is my uncle. You know, we don't have a connection. We don't really talk or see each other. My mom and I are close friends. We have a good bond. He basically ruined that relationship between us. He's brought her into the middle of this whole situation. You know, he's never in town. He's always out and about doing his own thing, and he expects her to take responsibility. So when it comes
he
to...
He expects her to take responsibility for things for you?
Yes, for the things
I do. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
I do have friends over a lot, you know, on my days off. I didn't know it was a crime to actually
What do you do with that
$100,000? Spent most of it. I went and bought a few things for an apartment, bought a car, paid off some
Why
debt.
didn't you go to college or trade school?
That's actually paid for free, so I can go back anytime.
Where you at? In the second year, third year? What?
It'd be like the fourth.
That's where you at? Oh, congratulations.
I'm actually not there. It would have been the fourth year. If I would have went, it would have been the fourth year.
You're out here popping off money when you should have been in college.
Yeah.
So why haven't you pursued it? Because you're not ready to stop having fun yet?
No, it's just starting, actually.
What? Now you're trying to double talk me. What?
But like I said, when everybody has that big amount of money.
That's true. It is very hard for a young person to go to college when they have $100,000 in their pocket. I understand that.
I regret that.
I'm not going to let you get away with it without challenging you. We're going to get to this rent. He says you can't even pay your rent now that we look at it. How long ago did you get your $100,000?
4 years ago.
You have had to take care of yourself for those 4 years. Okay, I give you a pass. But when you say you're starting college?
Hopefully soon.
What does that mean?
I have some debt to pay off first.
How would the debt stop you if it's already been paid?
Even though it's paid, you can get money. Even though it's paid for, I'd rather use the money to actually go towards something for school.
To pop it off again.
Rather than,
either
that or pay debt.
You better get in school. Go ahead. What else you want to tell me?
In 2009, a roommate and I in December moved in. And my roommate and I decided to split the rents.
All right, let me allow him to complete his statement regarding the lawsuit and the rent, and then I'll let you defend yourself. Sir, what was the agreement and how has he breached it?
Okay, the agreement was a 1-year lease, and he actually moved in May of 2010. $600 a month, and I did not charge him any security deposit because he is family. As far as his mom, my sister being in between us, I have other rental property. And I live 40 miles away, so she takes care of that. She collects the rent from all the rental property.
All right.
So it just happened that he's one of the renters, so she is in the middle of it.
She works for you, and that's her son?
Yes.
Gotcha. What has he failed to pay?
November, December of 2010, and February and April of 2011.
All right, and when you approached him about it, what has he said?
I got nothing but excuses. You know, he's got no money, and He can have all the bells and whistles on his cell phone and go out and buy a dog, but he has no money to pay rent.
You tell me.
When I moved in, there were no screens on the windows. There was a leak in the bathtub. And then the front door and the back door were kicked in. I have 2 front doors, and the one door was kicked in, and that was actually bolted shut, so you can't really get in that door at all. And there's no door handle. And then the back door, it's off the hinge. Then it got to the point where I just stopped paying rent for those certain months because...
Did he make the repairs or not?
No.
Never?
Never.
Nothing?
Nobody ever came to the house to look at the windows or
You have any
the leaks.
pictures or something, perhaps?
I do. I have 4 pictures.
Excellent. Let's see that. So he says he's going to show me some pictures where it was in disrepair, even though you said it was good. And what is this? Maybe I'm missing something.
That's the window. All the windows look like that. They have no screens.
Okay. All right. Sorry, what do you say to this? You need to look at them?
Yep. No.
No, you
That's
familiar
fine.
with it?
Oh, no.
You're not familiar with it, or you are?
I'm not familiar with
Well,
it.
you need
but
to
I
look
don't-
at it. Talking about you don't need to look at it. You do need to look at it.
Okay.
How much did you withhold, sir?
2,400.
And it's all because he didn't repair those
Yes.
small items. Okay.
What's wrong with the plumbing?
So whatever it
the back
is,
of the
sir,
bath.
this isn't over $500, and you're going to withhold $2,400. And yes, you are within your rights to withhold some of the rent when you've asked the landlord repeatedly to repair it, and they have not. In some states, you can withhold all of it, but once it gets before the judge, then the judge determines how much of that rent is to be paid in arrearage, and I'm determining that this doesn't amount to any more than $500, leaving $1,900 for the plaintiff. Have a good day. Get back in school. You got a lot of nerve. People trying to get in school, getting a loan everywhere you can, and you have your school fully paid for and won't go to college.
Working on it.
Working on it. You better be in there by September, so I'm going to call and embarrass you. Right.
John, I just hope bringing you here makes you wake up a little bit. Like the judge said, you got everything paid for your college and schooling. Take advantage of it.
I just think you should be on top of your game. And when I actually need to talk to you about stuff around the house, you should be there. Or should have been there.